Hi friends, welcome to today's video. My name's Stephanie and today we're going to be looking at Cracked Polish's newest collection called Food Coma. This is obviously a fun holiday inspired 6-piece collection in assorted finishes and they are going to be launching next week. I will save more of the launch details and Black Friday sale information for the end of the video. For now, let's just get into the swatches. The first shade we have is Eat, Drink, and Be Cherry, and this is described as a juicy, shimmery red, which I definitely thought was interesting because normally when I call a shade juicy, it's because it has a very lush, squishy kind of formula, and as you can see, this is incredibly pigmented to the point that it's almost a one coater. To be completely honest, I probably would wear this in just one coat alone because I had such a hard time seeing any visible nail line, but I still did do a second coat just to show you how that looks, and it is just so gorgeous. I feel like it reminds me of a Christmas ornament. Next up we have Frosted Mallows, and this one is described as a frosty pearl white. So I also thought this description was interesting because I wouldn't call this a pearl. Normally pearls are just very streaky and usually not super flattering. I think I would just call this a traditional shimmer type of finish, if that makes sense. But either way, I was just really impressed with the coverage on this one. I was expecting it to be just a bit patchy and, you know, sheer on the first coat because it's a white shimmer, but it was just so pigmented and very even coverage. I personally found this one opaque for me in 2 coats. I don't think you would need a third unless your nails were a lot longer. Next we have Bit of Bubbly, and this one is described as a true gold packed with gold glitter. Of course, we have to have a gold metallic kind of formula for the winter holiday season, and I thought this one was really nice. I didn't love it at first because I feel like it has a little bit of this like brassy undertone, or maybe just more of this antique gold kind of color, which usually isn't my favorite, but I think it would work really well as an accent nail or in some detail for nail art. The formula on this was really smooth though, and I got it opaque for me in 2 coats. Then we have Do Re Mi, which is a nude with peach shimmers. So as you can see in the bottle, it definitely has a pretty strong pinky kind of shimmer, but I think the peach shimmers are kind of a separate thing where I don't know if you can tell, but this polish just kind of has this speckly look, which I thought was really interesting. But yeah, the formula on this one was super smooth, very even coverage as you saw on the first coat. It was just a little bit sheer, but built up beautifully on the second coat. I think there is still a little hint of nail line, but it wasn't enough to do a third coat for me personally, and I'm still just on the fence about how I feel about this color. I don't know if I love it or not. The next shade is actually a topper, and it's called With Sugar on Top, and it's described as a fine silver glitter topper. So this one is not holographic at all. It is just a silver metallic sort of topper, which I really appreciate because we definitely have more than enough holo toppers. I thought this one was really pretty and dainty. As you see, I have it swatched in 1 coat over my bare nail, but I am going to be showing this over white and black as well as over the red in this collection. And honestly, I don't think I love this over lighter colors because I feel like you just see those darker silver specks. Obviously, this is going to shine over a darker colored base because you just see the reflection of those metallic little pieces. And I didn't think it looked too bad over the red either. So I would say that if you're looking for a topper specifically for dark colors, this is a great one. And rounding out the collection, we have Christmas Pickle, which I shared recently in my best of cracked video, which by the way, I completely missed the pickle reference. I did not realize it was this whole tradition. I just assumed it was like eating a pickle for Christmas, and I thought that was kind of weird. But it was so fun to give you guys a little sneak peek of this shade because I just fell in love as soon as I saw it. It's described as a deep green with multicolored glitters, and I think I would say the base is either a black or a black and green, but the green shimmers just really stand out and make it look green overall. And like I already mentioned, the multicolored glitters really show off the red, gold, and green, so it is perfect for Christmas. And here is the collection worn as a skittle in 2 coats each. This is direct sun, but it's a little bit in the later afternoon, so there's a golden hour glow going on. But I just absolutely love this color palette. It is so festive and cozy. The only one I'm still on the fence about is Do Re Mi. I just don't think I love the more pinkish nude sort of color it has. I think with the name especially, it would have been cuter if it was like a cookie dough sort of shade, but it's still nice. So getting into comparisons, we're starting with Eat, Drink, and Be Cherry, and looking at it next to Calabrian Pepper, which is a cream, but I just wanted to show this for a color reference. They are kind of similar. I did also have to show this next to Cherry Sugar Water, which I would consider more of a true cherry red. Like, it has that maraschino sort of color where it's a little bit more orange toned. So I think a closer red is 23 Flavors, which I also shared in my Best of Cracked video. I want to say these are basically the same color, just slightly different finish. And I did also want to show this next to Cirque's Ruby Slipper from their recent Curio collection. Even though that is a magnetic, I just thought the sparkly, shimmery red kind of base would be sort of similar. But starting with 23 Flavors, I feel like the base color looks a little bit darker, but the shimmer is kind of the same. It just has a more smoother metallic finish. Cirque's Ruby Slipper is surprisingly similar, but a bit more sheer. Then for Frosted Mallows, I wanted to quickly show this next to Still Got Burnt, which was from the Beach collection over the summer. That one's a white, crelly jelly base, but it has a pink shimmer, so definitely not dupes. I think the closest that I had to a dupe is Holo Taco's Milky White Shimmer from the Cookies and Creams bundle earlier this year. They definitely look like dupes in the bottle, but they are not dupes once you see them on the nail. This is just 1 coat of each, so you can get an idea of the coverage, where obviously Milky White Shimmer is living up to its name. It has a more milky, jelly, crelly kind of finish, while Crack's polish is a lot more pigmented and more buildable, but it doesn't cover up any of the shimmer either. Moving on to a bit of bubbly, I wanted to quickly show this next to Holo Taco's Gold Play Button, which sadly isn't around. That one is a true micro glitter formula, so it's a little bit more chunky, but even color-wise, it's just a little bit more of a brighter yellow. I surprisingly didn't have anything closer to a bit of bubbly, so I thought finish-wise, the closest that I had was Static Nails 24K, where it has that similar micro shimmer flaky type of finish, but obviously the color is super different, where it's just a lot warmer and less antique gold. Next for Do Re Mi, I wanted to show this next to Donut Spunk, which even though that one has this like white glazed kind of shimmer color, I thought the base colors were going to be more similar, but they surprisingly aren't. And then I also wanted to show this next to Stevie-O, which was from the Artificial Flavors collection over the summer, because again, I just thought the bases were similar. The shimmer in Stevie-O is more of this yellowy golden color, so I knew these weren't going to be exact dupes either way. But yeah, I was just surprised to see how different they all were with their base colors too. This is 2 coats of each. Then for sugar on top, I knew I had to see this next to Cirque's Nimbus, which is one of my favorite toppers from them because it is not a holographic topper. It is just this really finely milled silver sort of micro shimmer. I was fully expecting these to be dupes, but they surprisingly aren't. Cirque is just a little bit more finely milled, so it looks a bit more dainty in my opinion, and I kind of prefer that. But Cracked is a great alternative. And lastly, for Christmas Pickle, I wanted to quickly show this next to Fight, which is another favorite of mine, just because it's a dark green kind of shimmer, but that has a more teal blue base and a yellowy green shimmer. I would say closer color comparisons would be Holo Taco's Ivy League from the Dark Academia collection. That one I think has a black base, but it only has a green shimmer. There's no gold or red or anything. And I did also want to show it next to Mooncat's Access Denied, which again is another black base with just a green shimmer. but even the shade of green in that one is a bit darker too. I think the shimmer color in Ivy League matches Christmas Pickle a little bit closer, but again, because Christmas Pickle has those gold and red kind of micro glitters, it just makes it so much more festive. If you already have Ivy League, you might be able to layer a gold micro shimmer over it, but you still would be missing the red. So that wraps up Cracked Polish's Food Coma Collection. As always, I can't wait to hear what you think of these. As a reminder, these are going to be launching next week on November 29th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And they're going to be launching alongside a lot of other releases because it's also going to be the start of Cracked Polish's Black Friday sale. This collection is going to be going live with a lot of other releases, including their Jelly of the Month, a Black Friday kind of magnetic, a flaky holiday topper trio, and these 3 new green creams. I'm pretty sure Caitlin will have swatches of everything, so make sure to check out her video if you haven't already. So yeah, Cracked Polish's Black Friday sale this year is going to be from Friday, November 29th through December 2nd. It's going to be 20% off site-wide, but you can get an additional 10% off if you use my code YOGI10 at checkout. As a reminder, the Cracked affiliate codes are now unlimited use, so even if you have used my code before, you can use it again to get extra savings for Black Friday. As always, I will have my affiliate link and discount code in the description box down below, and thank you so much if you do use it because it supports me and my channel and helps me continue doing what I do. Make sure you let me know what you think of this collection because I really loved it. I think it's like such a fun holiday festive lineup. I know the colors can definitely be very like traditional holiday, which can be boring or like repetitive, but I think because it's just new to Cracked, I'm a lot more forgiving of it, and I think she did such a great job with this lineup, maybe with the exception of Do Re Mi, because I still don't know how I feel about it. Like, I want to like it, but I'm just not in love with it. But overall, I did think that these were really beautiful, and I just really appreciate seeing them so late in November because it's when I want to get into the Christmas holiday spirit. So I'd love to know if you are going to be grabbing any of these or just any of the other releases for Black Friday. I know so many of you guys had shared some of your wish list items in my Best of Cracked video, but yeah, I kind of forgot just how much she's gonna be releasing on top of those restocks, so I'd love to know what you're picking up down below. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you have a great upcoming Thanksgiving holiday if you celebrate. Ryan and I are gonna be hosting his family at our apartment here for the 2nd year in a row, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm just reflecting on all the things that make me grateful, and obviously that includes all of you guys watching. So I don't want to get too sappy, but I am just so incredibly grateful for all of you watching, liking the video, commenting especially, because you guys know I do absolutely love chatting with you all, and it pains me so much that with my channel growth, obviously that means there's more comments, and I just unfortunately have not been able to keep up with them all, but it means so much that I've had all of you guys supporting me on my journey, because like I've mentioned in other videos, YouTube is something that I have always wanted to do, but I just was not in the right environment for it. And even from starting my channel just almost 3 years ago, it is insane how much not only my channel has grown, but how much I have grown. It's honestly kind of embarrassing and cringy to look back at like some of my earlier videos, but it's also just so needed at the same time because I've just really come a long way, and it just means so much that you guys are here with me and supporting me with that. Okay, enough about me getting sappy, but I just hope you have the best rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.